So, hello everyone. My topic is about the concept of adab. I am trying to understand the concept of adab through a classical text which is written in Arabic by some thinker, and I am focusing on Imam Mawardi, who lived in Iraq in Golden Age, in Basra and Baghdad, and I am trying to follow and track what is the meaning of the concept of adab as a model for coexisting among the nations. So this is part of my PhD thesis, which is I'm going to work in. So this is a kind of a draft, which is I will be working for on this topic for the next 2 or 3 years and get more in detail. So if we looked at this text, and especially a text which I'm working on, it's called Adab al-Dunya wa Din. It's a kind of we can understand it as a theory of civilization, which has a model how we can, as on the individual and a collective level, improve ourselves to coexist and to live together. So basically, when you look at this text, Ibn Khaldun also, in his Muqaddimah, we will see that this thinker, classical Islamic thinker, they believe that a human being, they are created or fashioned by God in a specific way that these people, they have to work together. If we looked at Mawardi, for example, he believed to reason, weakness and disabilities lead the people to work together. So the question in this paper is, since we need to live together, how can we do it, and what is the concept, or how is the general theory which is we can use it to live together? And this is on individual and collective level. So this paper argues that the concept of adab developed by Al-Mawardi contain a model for coexisting for human beings in which inclusiveness, justice, and fairness rule the relationship among the human beings. So if we looked at theory of civilization, especially in the Western theory of civilization, we will see that there is two mainly idea how they track the theory of civilization. One is normative, so what should things be, or how ought to be or not to be, and the other perspective, which is descriptive. So I believe, or this paper believe, that Al-Mawardi has a unique contribution to the theory of civilization, since he approached the theory of civilization from a descriptive approach, which is applicable. It's not utopian thought. And the second thing is, when we track the theory of Al-Mawardi, we will see that he has a humanistic and cosmopolitanism approach, which is unlike many of the Western civilization. Almost most of them, if we look at Giza, for example, in the history of civilization in Europe, we will see how many of these Western thinkers, they believe they have a special thing in their nations, in their characters. It makes them much better than the other, which is exactly the opposite. If we looked at Mawardi, since he believed that we, as a human being, all civilized. This is how he's starting one of his chapters, which is called Adab al-Dunya. He's starting that we, all human beings, are civilized. So it doesn't do anything to do with religion, with ethics, or where you came from, or where you were born, or what is your religion. So if we track the concept of civility or civilization in the Western languages, we will see that this concept was built on the concept of civility. What is the meaning of civility? Norbert Elias talked about this as a Höflichkeit, which is politeness, and goodness, guten Benehmen, which is mean good behavior. So this is basically how the Western civilizations understand this concept, or this is how it's within the theory of civilization in the West. So, and then if we looked at the concept of civilization in the old ancient languages in Europe, we will not find anything expressing the term civilization which we have nowadays. So it came first later. And if you are interested more, you can read Nobat Ilyas, the first part of his book, which is he go in details about this. So if we look at the Arabic concept, which is adab, and trying to see what is the meaning of adab, I checked this in a dictionary of modern Arabic language, Arabic English. It say the concept of adab, it's mean to be well-bred, well-mannered, to receive a fine education. Also, the term adabi, which is from adab, it's mean moral or ethics, which is we can connect it to the term of civility, which developed in the West. Now, if we look more close on the Mawardi, he make two kind of adab, which is we can translate it as ethics. One is adab al-sharia, which is religion ethics, and one is adab al-siyasa, which is politic ethics. So what is the difference between these two? The first, he believed like it has to do between you and your God, so it's direct relationship. And this is a kind of, for example, Muslim, they have to pray, so this is a kind of adab, you doing your pray as it is asked to do. And the second term is adab al-sharia, which mean the human, it's a kind of theory how the human morally and ethically behave with their other human beings or other people. So Mawardi believes through this type of adab, human beings can construct what he called, or what we can understand Umran al-Ard as a civilization. So Al-Mawardi believe these two concepts, adab al-siyasa, adab al-sharia, are based on the concept of justice or inclusive justice, because he believed that if you don't do your adab al-sharia, so you are making injustice or committing injustice against yourself. However, if you don't do the adab al-siyasa, you're committing injustice against the whole of the people. Since, for example, if you don't do your job in a suitable way, so you're accusing injustice for other people, so you are accusing more injustice. So what is I want to say, that these two concepts of adab, adab al-siyasa, adab al-sharia, which is religion and politics, ethics, are connected strongly together, because this is unlike the Western civilization, which is especially in the modern time, religion play no roles, and it's more about positivism, we can say. So now we go to more to, I just try to explain what is the meaning of these two kind of adab al-dunya, adab al-siyasa. Now there is a kind of theory which was established by Mawardi. He brought a kind of 6 fundamental, and through these 6 points, he said it's a kind of islah al-dunya, which we can also understand it as a civilization, islah al-dunya, because it's about constructing the world. I looked also how some of the Western translated it in English. So Antonia Plack, he translated as a worldly order, but I don't see it as a worldly order. It's correct literally, but because it includes social and political order. So now, what is this theory? This theory is about collective mission of the collective people. It's not individual. It has 6 fundamentals. So number 1 is the follow religion. He believed that if you have an ideology, if you have a kind of ideology where the people come together, so you can unite the people. So this is a kind of, he believed that came through religion, because he believed religion is the strong source of salah al-dunya, what I call. And this is because a human being, even if they are not observed by other people, they will feel they are observed by God, so they will be more correcting in the correct, will be behaving in a correct way. The second point is coherent political system. Mawardi also developed a book which is Al-Ahkam al-Sultaniyya. It's about political Islamic, it's a kind of Islamic perspective on politics, which is the first book written from in the Sunni political thought. It's about the state and how it functions. So he go in details about this, and I don't want to go in details, but it just say how the leader has the mission to unite the people, to collect them, and when they are collecting together or united together, that will lead for a kind of coexisting among the people, not inside only one state or one system, but also within the worldly system. So number 3, which is very interesting point, which is also connected to our panel, I think, it's about inclusive justice. So if we read the Mawardi, we will see that his focus point on the concept of justice, and through justice he believes we can construct the world and build civilization. And he explaining how when we have general or inclusive justice, the country will be constructed or reconstructed, the economic will be more strong, the number of population increase since it's more secure, and that will lead to a general improvement within the states. So on the opposite, however, if we looked at injustice, he keeping warning how it will destroy the countries, how that will lead to the people to be corrupted in their minds. So the people will be corrupted in their minds, so they will be more violent. They will not be including the other. They will start to think about, to think in a way that we and the other, which is the beginning where you create the conflict, when you think that you as a unique and the other is different. So number 4 is the general security, and this is also connected somehow with the justice, since general security is the outcome of justice. If you have a just system, that will lead to security, and the vice versa. And then number 5, he got on the theory of economics, so how we should develop the economic, and he is using a lot of Islamic hadith and Qur'ans, both from the Islamic perspective, to show how within the Islamic system the poor people give part of their money, which is zakah, for the rich people give part of their money to poor people, so then the people will be more connected together, and then they will have more solidarity. And the last point is hope, which is interesting also to see that this book was written like 1,000 years ago, and still in the theory of civilization, there is no clear theory about hope, how it helped to construct a civilization, and we can find this in Al-Mawardi. So Mawardi also has another aspect of building civilization, which is about Islah al-Nafs, but I'm not going to go in details on this issue since I have 2 minutes yet still. So to conclude, what is the theory is, it's like this. He believed that there is a reason, and in the reason there is different level. There is al-aql al-gharizi, which is natural reason. This is the basic, everyone has this. And then he has what he called al-aql al-muktasab, which is acquired reason. So this is, we can always improve it, and this is limitless, and everyone can improve it through reading, training, education, and learning. So this is the basic, and adab is included within this reason. This is aql al-muktasab. So as a foundation of this order or civilization, which is based on collective and individual aspect, this all built again on the concept of reason, and within the concept of reason there is this ethics which he going to explain. So that will or should, according to Mawardi, lead to a coexisting model of civilization or among the people on the individual level, in the family, also on the global system. So I will be happy to hear feedbacks on this topic, since I'm going to improve this and work for the next maybe 2 years on this topic. So I will be happy to hear your feedback. Thank you very much.